Sir, can I start? Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanayikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurti. Next 1 hour, I have been told, let us go through on one of the very important Ahara Dravya as well as Aushadha Dravya, Maamsa. Okay? So why this topic? So in Kannada there is a say that Uta Ballavanige Rogavilla. But today you see that India is becoming a capital of metabolic disorders, isn't it? So metabolic disorder, as all of us know, it's because of mainly the wrong diet and also wrong lifestyle. Okay? So we all knew that there is something called as a vegetarian diet, there is a non-vegetarian mixed diet. But today if you see, there are, patients will come and tell you, I am a vegan, okay, I am a fruitarian, I eat only meat, nothing else. So there are different types of diet has crept into, and without any scientific understanding, people just follow because somebody is very influential in giving some fascinated ideas, so people just follow, isn't it? Social media impact. So I'm not against it, but as a medicos, it becomes our duty to understand the scientific concept behind that and share the same with our patient community. Okay, so with that, this is not something new which all of you have already studied, but let us yeah. You put it into that this mode, no? PPT mode. Now, which one? I'll use the down arrow. Down arrow.
Can both will work.
Okay. Yeah. So with this introduction about today's scenario, let us directly get into the comprehensive insight on utility of Maamsa. Okay. So here it is an sincere attempt to gather all the informations given in the classics, at the same time whatever is the current scenario with this. So the presentation I will take you through with these contents. Coming to the introduction, so all of us are aware that Ayurveda uses medicines from Jangama, Audbida and Parthiva. Okay, and Maamsa being one of the Jangama Dravya, and here I just would like to bring a small concept that when we look into the classification of Dravya, it is more near and dear to us, isn't it? Because we are also a Sendriya Dravya and Pranija is also a Sendriya Dravya. So if you apply the Samanena Samana Vriddhihi, Yat Pinde, Tat Brahmande, all these concepts, it becomes more near. Due to various reasons, whether maybe a cultural, historical or socio-economical, various types of influences, we keep change with many aspects of our life. Similar thing with the diet also. But keeping sole principle in mind that Sarvamannat Paritijya Shariram Anupalayet, I am putting forth my views about Maamsa. So Jangama Dravya, in Charaka Samhita, there is a list of Amisha, the word which is used for Maamsa. So these are the other Pranija Dravyas which are used. Now let us directly get into. So Amisha and Pishita are the two words which are used as a synonyms, and it is having Guru and Brahmana property. Okay. So if you look at today how it is, you get different cuts, isn't it? So patients will come and tell us that I eat chicken breast, I eat chicken legs. So these are all the terms which we get to hear from the patients. So this is very important to understand how much calorie and what benefit it can give to the patient as a ahara. So this is just the correlation between the factors. Next, coming to the Hita and Ahita Maamsa, in which you can see that not afflicted with poison, not suffering from the disease, middle-aged animals, and also animals in particularly grown in the local areas. I just want all of you to think at least one factor is being followed today. Is a question mark. So coming to the classification of Maamsa, we in the department of Dravya Guna try to gather all the informations and we try to correlate. Okay, I think one or two, except that all that we could correlate to the currently available animals. So prasaha. So this is the guna karma of, you can just see why this is, I am putting forth in front of you, because how much is in use today, how much the informations which are given to us are being used today. Okay. So Ashwa, Dvipi, Simha and Vriksha, you can see most of the Maamsas are indicated for Raja Yakshma. So Vanara, Vrika, Vyagra, Tarakshu, all animals can be identified, and also it is indicated for Raja Yakshma. So Babra, Marjara, Mushika and Lomaka, again you can see the meat is indicated for Raja Yakshma. So Jambuka, Shwena, Vantada and Chasa, here Nagodara, for the disease the Shwena Maamsa is indicated. And then you can see the indication of Raja Yakshma again from Vayasa, Shashagni, then Madhuha, Bhasa are the other animals. I'll just go through this. Just wanted to tell you that similar kind of work we need to do in every Vargas which are given, so that we understand the current application. So coming to the Bhushaya, so it is Madhura Rasa, Guru Ushna and Snigdha Guna, and it is Vatahara, Kafahara and Pitta Vivardhana. It is given as a increasing strength, and also it is Vrashya. So you can see here the correlation. Due to the, see, it will take more than 2 hours if I get into, so I just skip through. If you want anybody to understand any of the identification, you can just stop me. Okay. So next, coming to Anupa, that is those animals which lived in the Anupa Desha. Again Madhura Rasa, Guru Ushna and Snigdha Guna. It is Vatahara. So most of the animals in this are being, the meat is being used today, because Gavayaha comes under this category. So Varishaya, those who live in water. Kurma, Karkataka, Matsya, Shishumara, Timingila, Shukti, Shanka, Udra, Kumbira, Chuluki and Makara. Next is Vari Chara, who moves in water. So all the birds हंस क्रौंच बलाक बक कारंडक प्लव शरारी पुष्कराव कैशरी मणितुंडक मृणालकंठ मद्गु कादंब काकतुंडक उत्क्रोश पुंडरीकाक्ष मेघराव सो आर नंदीमुखी वाटी सुमुखा सहचारी रोहिणी so this ends the vari chara. Next is jangala, which is said to be, which Maamsa is said to be Shrestha? Jangala. So why this is? Because it is Madhura Sakashaya Lagu Shita Guna, then Doshagnata, it is Vata Madhya Pittotara Kafanuka and Sannipata Hara. So these are the animals coming under this. So Ena, which is told, comes under this category. So next is Vishkira, those animals which have their prey by digging the ground. So lava, which is told is very much laghu. This is also included under this category. Next is Pratuda, animals which capture their prey with the help of their beak. So all the birds. Hope it is okay to run through the slides because we'll get into the discussion parts much. Okay, this is just the identification of various animals which are given in the classics. So Chataka, sparrow, Paravata, yeah, Aja and Avi, just to highlight because this one is very much used today. So Nati Guru, Nati Shita, Snigdha, and it is Brahmana, the Ajamamsa, and Avi, it is also Madhura, Guru, Shita, and Brahmana. Yeah, now we will see like what are the different preparations which are used in the classics. So Maamsa Rasa is one of the Samskrita Maamsa, which is prepared by adding Gorasa, Dhanyamla or Phalamla as a Samskrita Maamsa, and in Asamskrita Maamsa preparation without adding all these mentioned. So benefits of this is Vrashya, Snehana and Balavardhaka, and today also when this is given to the patients, especially in the post-operative wards and wherever, especially in the accident cases, okay, very severely severe blood loss is there, and also lot of sandhana karma is needed. This type of diet we have seen definitely helps in the fast recovery. So next is Veshavara, which is Maamsa devoid of Asti, should be taken. It should be cooked by steam, made into paste, and adding Pippali, Shunti, Maricha, Guda and Sarpi. It is mixed well and it is cooked together. So Veshavara preparation is also mentioned in the classics, which is having Guru Snigdha Guna, and it does the Balya Karma. Yeah, now when you look at various ways how it is mentioned, we can see the classification of Maamsa under these headings. One is as a ahara, that is nitya sevaniya dravya, then rutu anusara, then patya and apatya. Also Maamsa as a nidana for some of the conditions it has been given, and also as a lakshana to understand certain diseases. Whenever somebody gets the interest to eat Maamsa, it indicates what all those, and as a aushadha and also as a anupana. So these are the various applications of Maamsa mentioned in the classics. So Jangala Mraga Maamsa can be taken daily is the mentioning given in the text. According to Rutu, you know that in Hemanta Rutu the Agni Bala is very strong, and Prasaha, Bileshaya, Anupa and Audaka Maamsa is indicated. And also in Grishma Rutu, Jangala Maamsa is indicated. In Sharad Rutu, of course the Jangala Maamsa, and in Vasanta Rutu, Sharabha, Lava, such Maamsa is indicated. So now Maamsa is ahara. So this is what, see, it is always told that human digestive system is meant for the vegetarian diet, isn't it? So then why so much of mentioning of Maamsa in the Ayurveda classics? Okay. So we have seen as a aushadha, as a ahara dravya, there is a detailed description of Maamsa, isn't it? So when we understand that probably post Buddhism, during the Buddhism and post Buddhism, the usage has been reduced, but otherwise see, Ayurveda's principle is anything which will make you healthy, you should use it. So when we apply various other aspects, it is different, cultural, religious and value based. So all these things are different, which has made a lot of changes, a lot of change in the vegetarian movement and all that. But otherwise, it is told the principle is just that whenever we apply, it is a dravya, Sendriya dravya, which is very helpful. Next is a patya. Among the Matsya Maamsa, Rohitaka is told to be patya. In Mraga Maamsa, Eda Maamsa is told as patya, and in Pakshi Maamsa, Lava is told as a patya. So in the Jwara, Jangala Maamsa and Vishkira Maamsa indication is given. In Rakta Pitta, also Jangala Maamsa and Vishkira Maamsa is indicated. So Vibandha in Rakta Pitta, Punaravartaka Jwara, Pittaja and Kafaja Gulma, Pittaja and Kafaja Prameha, Kushta, then Udara, Grahani, and also in all these conditions, you get a clear indication of Maamsa, especially with particular variety. In Rajayakshma, it goes unsaid because most of the indication is in Rajayakshma. So after following some of the yogas, so Maamsa Rasa is said as a diet which needs to be given. In Apatyakari Gutika, then Gudardraka Yoga, Trifaladi Kashaya, Danti Haritaki and Nilinyadi Grita. These are the yogas for which you have to give the Maamsa Rasa as a Anupana. See, this is very, very correct in the clinical practice. I just would like to share. There was one patient in whom we have given Prasarinyadi Kashaya. Okay, so we are not getting expected result. So then when we have given the Kshira as a main diet, the result obtained was much higher than when it was not given. So similarly, yes, there are a lot of challenges, because in the practice, even if you give the ashwagandha rasayana, all of you know that it's indicated for many of the diseases, isn't it? A simple brahmana balya to male infertility, we give ashwagandha rasayana. Some companies do prepare it as a ajashwagandha rasayana, so that's why you have to be very careful before you writing the prescription of any of the drugs, because you have no right to violate somebody's belief. So you have to share with the patient that this comes as a vegetarian also, it comes as a non-vegetarian also. So you have to ask them. Some people are okay that as a medicine they are able to take, but some people are not ready to take. They vegetarians, they do not want to take any of the animal products, especially products like this. So you have to ask and write. But it is very clear that when you give these type of yogas, for which Maamsa rasa is indicated as a anupana, you get better results. So after following Jangala Maamsa is told in these type of Patoladi Kashaya, Rohitakadi Yoga, Snuhi Kshiragrita, Patoladya Churna and Baladi Kashaya. So this is Apatya. So Apatya, I don't want to focus more, because let us focus more on what is indicated. Of course, again it's knowledge from the practice that any type of kushta, if the patient is consuming fish, you have to ask the patient to stop, because it increases the condition. Then there are people in the coastal region of Karnataka, because I hail from coastal region of Karnataka, wherein fish is a daily diet of people over there. Then you don't see any of the skin conditions. It's not that you don't see, but you don't see as a most prevalent disease in the coastal area. What may be the reason? Yeah? Satmya. Okay. See, the climatic conditions in the coastal area, it is very much close to the sea, isn't it? So they sweat a lot. So there is no chance of kleda remaining inside the body. So, and also that there is a principle in Ayurveda that whatever is available locally, whatever is grown, whatever is available, and that's the most suited ahara and aushadha to a person, isn't it? So when we think of all that, it is very true that in the coastal area, though they eat fish as a main diet, you don't see much of the skin conditions, okay? But otherwise, in a region like Bangalore, if at all you indicate, I mean, if you don't stop patient eating fish, then definitely the condition of kushta is going to increase. And also that if you see the food habit of the coastal region, they eat freshly available fish, but whereas here it is all stored. So that also may be another reason why it is not very much advisable. So this apatya definitely helps to give the diet to the patients. So coming to the nidana, Pittaja Gulma, Maamsa Sevana is told as a nidana. Unmada, during intake of Maamsa, person can become victim to Unmada. This is the, Unmada Nidana. There is a statement. So, Dushta Shonita also, for that also, Maamsa Sevana is one of the Nidana. So, those who consume meat, these are all the precautions they should be aware of. Okay. So, Maamsa Ati Sevana can lead to Dushta Shonita, then Shotha, Gulma, and also Prameha. So Maamsa Ati Sevana will lead to the Shleshmaja and Purishaja Krimi, Kaphodara, Santarpanajanya Roga and also Kushta. Okay. So in the Garbhopagatara Bhava also Nitya Sevana is mentioned, because you can see, if you see the Masanumasika Garbhini Paricharya, what diet is mainly indicated? Yeah. So Kshira, milk and milk products have been indicated, isn't it? So here also Maamsa Ati Sevana will lead to a problem. So concept of Viruddha is also applied with Maamsa, that is Matsya with Payas is contraindicated. So after taking Varaha Maamsa, taking Ushna Dravyas immediately is also a contraindication. So Madhu, Kakamachi and Pipali processed with Matsya or processed in the vessel used to cook the Matsya is Viruddha, which leads to Marana. So here I just would like to bring your attention. See, today if you see the various cuisines, okay, we are seeing lot of food allergies. It is very common with the parents who have drastically changed their diet, and the children born to such parents will suffer from food allergy. Okay, so all of you might know that among all the genes in our body, it is the gene which is related to the food is very, very strong, and the memory is carried to so many generations. So that's why whatever the concept told in Ayurveda, that we always have to eat food what is eaten by our ancestors, at least 2-3 generations. But today I started my presentation with that, telling you that okay, somebody is very influential over the social media, tells that some diet is very good for health, so from next day we start changing it, isn't it? We never think of the ahara dravya nor the samskara which the ahara dravya undergoes. So when it comes to the food allergy and to the preparations what is available today, this is more applicable with Maamsa than the vegetarian diet. So this one has to be very, very cautious for ourselves and also while eliciting the history from the patient. So in Raja Yakshma, Maamsa Priyata is told as a Lakshana, and in Rakshasonmada, Maamsa Abhilasha is one of the Lakshana expressed. Then Rakshasa Sattva, among 6 type of Rajasa Sattva, Rakshasa Sattva, people will be having Maamsa Priyata. So in the Daurada, Godha Maamsa Priyata in Garbhini produces Sharkara, Ashmari and Shaner Meha in the offspring. So this is one of the indication. If at all the pregnant women expresses, then you can think of course the Godha Maamsa is not being in use today. So we have to relate to such desires of eating the meat. It is true, pure vegetarian family for so many generations, sometimes the lady will express that doctor, I am getting a very, very different desire to eat meat. Yes, many patients express that. Not that they eat, but that is how you can understand probably the kaya of a offspring. So as a aushada, shamana aushada, it is told in Vatodara, Raktaja Gulma and also Reto Vega Dharana. It is also an ingredient in Aushada Kalpana like Shilajaturasayana, Vrishyarasa, also Dashamuladi Siddhagrata, Vrishya Mahisharasa, Erenda Taila with Maamsa Rasa and Vrashya Kukkuta Maamsa. Yeah, as a Shodhana Aushadha. Of course, see, we are not using now because it is against the principle of our organization, Shri Shri. We don't, use Maamsa at all now. But initially, when we started, this Maamsa Rasa in Basti, we used to get very good results. So this is what I told. The application of this knowledge is purely up to an individual and also up to a situation where what you are permitted to. But otherwise, I feel as a Vaidya, we cannot ignore Dravya, which is very close to our dhatus. Okay, so Snehana, one of the best, Sneha Yoni, and also in a Avagaha Sveda, Prastara Sveda, Nadi Sveda, Pinda Sveda. Also before Shodhana also, this is given and it gives best result if you use it in Basti. So Jangala Maamsa Rasa is one of the ingredient of Niruha Basti given in Jwara, especially in treating male infertility. If you use this in Basti, it gives very good result. So in the Samsarjana Krama also, Maamsa Rasa is indicated. As a Anupana, this is indicated in Amrita Prashakrita, then Hapushadya Churna, and also in Danti Dravantyadi Taila. Yeah. Now let us understand little from what is happening today. Okay, I'll just complete it very fast. So there are two types of meat. One is red meat and another is white meat. So red meat is considered as all types of mammalian muscle which can be fresh, minced and frozen. So there is a list of animals from which we get the red meat. See, I tell you this is very, very important to know, because unless you understand the diet of a patient, you will not be doing justice. Okay, so you must have all these ideas. So next is about the white meat. So white meat is light and faded in color both before and after cooking. So chicken is the best example for the white meat. So coming to the seafood, like fish, shark, prawn, crab, all these are seafood. And when you consider the allergies, it is more with the seafood. Yeah, coming to the discussion, we'll talk about the aspects like meat safety. So Varjya Maamsa is already told, dried meat is what it is told, and meat from emaciated animal, we don't know the source today. Okay, and we get all packeted meat today. So are we eating Varjya Maamsa is a question. So there are biological concerns, that is the bacteria like E. coli, then Salmonella enterica, many such organisms, even the viral pathogens are very much found with the meat. Of course, the food additives, chemical residues, genetically modified organisms, these are the other non-biological concerns. So how many of you, let me ask you if you are okay to answer, how many of you are addicted to KFC chicken? Not so much here, you are saved. So in a metro city like Bangalore, people are crazy, people are literally crazy to eat those from child till the elderly people. Okay, so the monster chickens, this is all like genetically modified version, and it causes kind of habit, habit forming food articles. So it is a must, they have to go and eat. So that type of scenario is seen. So the description of various, one more major concern with meat eaters is that they see the residue like antibiotics, lot of antibiotics are pushed into these chickens and other animals which are slaughtered for the meat, and the antibiotic resistance, which leads to increase in resistance rate, is the most dangerous scenario which all of us are facing. So what are the probable solutions? It's not, sir told, isn't it? Patil sir told, it's not enough that we discuss about the problems. We have to think of the solutions also, isn't it? And probable solutions. So going back to our olden days, the preservative free meat is much better. So this is one of the solution. You have to purchase meat only from those who certify the meat with free of biological and non-biological contaminants. Coming to the general gunakarma based on body parts as properties based on various cuts in the present scenario. So whatever is told in the classics holds good even today, because then we were talking about guna, the rasa and karma. So today, based on the body cuts, it is one and the same. And today we talk about the calories, which is very much related with the various cuts, and this is how it is. Okay, so it is the same version of what is told in the classics. So you might have seen that few, I think last year or previous to that, there was a big discussion in all the different platforms that which type is better, isn't it? So you should understand the actual meaning of what it is, and then apply properly. So lower the stress of animal in the Jhatka slaughter method, whereas halal, it is more stress and more pain. Okay. So obviously whenever there is a more pain, more stress hormones will be released, and the same is carried in the Maamsa also, and eating such will add on to metabolic disorders in the body. Okay. See, in Charaka Samhita, total 156 animals have been mentioned, and in the present scenario, the majority of meat consumed in India are from fish, bovine, mutton, goat, pig and poultry. Okay, so whereas chicken is the major source, and of course, pathya, it is also told as a Charanayuddha Maamsa mentioned in our classics also. So nutritive value and therapeutic value will decide the pathya. So I have just given you what are the main Maamsa we are using it. What are the nutritive values of all these? You can see the minerals vitamins present in that, total fat, and also the protein. And the therapeutic value. So weight management, high protein source is chicken, and it is also said that it helps in the people who have hypertension issues. So not that, also you have to understand what are all those people who take poultry meat are susceptible for gastritis, duodenitis, diabetes, and all these. So this becomes one of the very important part in the history. So similarly, listed out all what is the fish, Maamsa, yeah, in this entire slide, just focus on Nityam Maamsa Ahara na Aturaha Syur na Durbalaha. If Maamsa Rasa is taken daily, never succumb to disease or loss of strength. I leave this to you to think, how much importance was given those days for this particular thing. Sharira Brahmane na anyat khadyam mamsad vishishyate. So this is the another. These two will indicate the importance in the diet. So what are the alternatives for Maamsa? This I want all the younger generation. This is only for you students. So today the generation, whether they are from medical or any other field, go for some fascinations. So there is something called as a this different types of cultured meats and plant-based meat. This is a big what to say, some of the foreign national companies are fooling with putting all these terminologies that burgers, sausages, scampi, these are very much seen in the metro cities, and it is considered as a plant-based meat. Okay, so what they use this gluten, soya, tofu, pea protein, and also potato starch to make that. And people also say who have who have eaten that, it almost tastes also the same. So these are the plant-based meat, but this is not the meat. Okay, so it is just to fool the people that there is nothing called as a plant-based meat. Is that clear? It is just that the best example I would like to give you is our adulterant. Adulterant, what is the concept of adulterant? It looks similar, but it is totally different pharmacologically, isn't it? So the same thing even with the Maamsa as well. So this cell cultured meat is an answer for those who don't want to kill animals. Okay, so for that the solution is cell cultured meat. There is an advantage, there is a disadvantage also, because it can never become like a real muscle tissue. Yeah, so mixed diet, carnivore diet. This is the Animal Protection Act, which prohibits us using from all those which we have seen in the introduction. Okay, so I just would like to conclude telling that as Maamsa is important as Ahara as well as Aushadha told in Ayurveda. So Sharira Brahmane na anyat khadyam sharirad vishishyate is the reference which highlights the importance of Maamsa. Guidelines mentioned under the heading of Hita and Ahita Maamsa, and guidelines given by the meat safety is the only way that we can prevent the diseases as a ahara dravya. In the present scenario, owing to the law of land, it restricts the usage of Maamsa even therapeutically, and if the guidelines are followed, then of course the nutritive and therapeutic agent can be, we can meet that. So just I would like 1 minute to say, it has been my passion right from the day I started practicing to prescribe the diet. So I give lot of with the proper diet, and that is how you need to manage the patients. Especially when you treat overseas patients, understanding these concepts becomes very, very important. Okay, so in India we have a diverse food culture. So most of the time here, even the people who eat non-vegetarian food also consume good amount of vegetarian food. Okay, so we don't see some of the diseases like IBS, Crohn's, hemorrhoids, fistula, all these. But in other people from other country, they indulge more with this diet. So this was the reason why we went into to understand. We have understood that Maamsa is very important with this, classical references, both as a ahara, both as a aushada also as a shamana aushada, and also as a shodhana. But the thing is, we have to apply that as a current knowledge. Okay, you have to think of the meat safety. You have to think of the changes what we have made in terms of the preparation, and then apply. But one thing is very clear, though it is used to promote the vegetarianism, that human intestine is more made for the vegetarian diet. It is very true that unless you take good amount of vegetables also along with the meat, the person will suffer from some of the gut related diseases. Okay, so this was a small attempt to compile and put you forth. If you have any doubts, you are welcome. See, you cannot stop people eating meat. Okay, what you can do is you understand which is better, what type is better, and modify their diet. This is how you can at least give some solution to their disease. This is what I found in my practice, because those who are fond of eating that, however much you try to convince, they will not. But then go depth into that. Even the fish, the seawater fish is different, the freshwater fish is different. What all they add to preserve, understand all of that. And future of Ayurveda medicine is in prescribing diet. No, Ayurveda ahar is the future. So it is my experience also, and it is my advice also to all of you. Please study ahara vargas, not only Maamsa, all the vargas very, very thoroughly, and understand and try to apply it practically. You will definitely be successful in practice. Okay, thank you. Yes.
What are the Maamsa cells indicated?
Yes.
So, if we prescribe the Maamsa for patient, they definitely use the masalas, that is lavana, nattu, and masala. That will again aggravate the water level. So, how can we name some recipes so we can put them in the diet?
Okay. Uh,
Masala.
yeah. Okay. See, putting all these masalas into Maamsa, because as such it is Guru in nature. So you have to add certain things for the dravya to get digested, isn't it? So if it is put in a normal quantity, it is helpful only. It is not harmful. If it is, see, for the taste, if it is put in excess, then only it causes the problem. And if you see the classical preparation, there is a Samskrita and Asamskrita. It is just like we do the Samsarjana Krama, Manda, we start, isn't it? So Yusha also, like Krita Yusha, Akrita Yusha, that is how we start, isn't it? Initially we give bland and then we slowly start adding some of the spices. So similarly, adding some amount of spice in the diet is very much needed to keep up the digestion. So it is not wrong. It can be given. Okay. Only thing is, some of the viruddha ahara we need to understand. See, slowly when you take an interest, you understand that. See, the milkshake concept. It is not wrong. Milkshake concept is not wrong. But with which fruit we are doing is a, we have to think. So similarly, anything, just try to go into little detail. Try to analyze, then definitely we can apply. And one thing is very clear. They say in Ayurveda that you can just close your eyes and start practicing, it gives result. It is very true. After 25 years of clinical practice, I can tell you that everything and anything told in this science is only truth. We fail sometimes to identify, apply it in a proper way. That's all. Don't doubt the science. Just try to discuss with your seniors. Try to discuss with other Vaidyas who have got success. Definitely, I tell you, future is with the diet. Future is with the diet, because people are tired of medicines. It is only the diet, and we are the people who can do that. Okay. So modern concept of nutrition is total failure. So you are able to understand all these things, isn't it? So concentrate on all our ahara dravyas. You can do wonders, I tell you. Okay? Thank you.
So there's a general tendency that we skip ahara dravyas and stuff like that. But it was interesting to hear ma'am detailedly explain about the meat, and also we came to know about the new concepts like how the meat is cut and what kind of meat is used in the industry, the food chain industry that is going on, and also some other things like plant-based meat and stuff. So thank you ma'am, it was nice to hear you. So the next lecture is by Dr. Vidyasagar Panchal sir, and there's one announcement to make, that is at 3:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon today. Dr. Sachin Parab sir is going to give a lecture on stress-free life through Raja Yoga meditation.
ఒకడే బ్రేక్ ఏం బ్రేక్
I can get up and stretch special recipe if you want.